Everything in my life was mental, but I didn't know it. I went through those events in my life and I was depressed, I was sad, I was hurt, I was fearful. And all those things did was lower my vibration, and it basically got me sick where I ended up getting cancer while I was in prison. Now, sickness, stress, all that stuff comes from thinking wrong. Everything is mental. This is what I didn't know while I was going through that experience. Everything that I was experiencing, everything that I went through that I felt was by way of what I was thinking. No one made me feel bad. Even though I was in a bad situation, even though I had no help, I had no support, it was me that was generating those feelings. That's why I know that everything is mental. Everything that we see in our life, everything that we feel, all the things that we go through, all those different ranges of emotion, is still us. It's still generated from what we think. When I was going through those moments, the first 8, 7, 10 years of that was negative because of the way I was thinking. Everything went against me. I mean, I caught new cases in there. I was getting accused of things I wasn't doing. I was attracting some of the worst kind of people. I'm talking about everything was going against me based on how I was feeling. I was so down. I was so depressed. I was so hurt, right? Because of that experience that I attracted everything that I was feeling. I was generating this feeling of negativity, and everything because of it came to me in a negative way. Then I had an experience. I met a guy named Shorty. I was a part of a hospice program. And this hospice program where we would go in and help the people that was in the clinic that was sick, and they didn't have a lot of help. So I was helping these people that was sick in this hospice program, and I met this guy named Shorty. Shorty had like cirrhosis of the lungs, where his lungs was crystallizing, and they had no cure for what was ailing him, and he was dying because he couldn't breathe. But I met this dude, and he taught me this is really where I got the whole changing my mindset, because up until that point of meeting Shorty, my mindset was horrible. I was really down. I was depressed. I was always thinking wrong and negative. And I met this dude, and this dude was dying. He was literally dying. Like, this dude knew he had an outdate. He knew he wasn't gonna get better. He knew he was gonna die, but yet this man had more peace than me at that time. And we talked, and he's always telling me about God, and he's telling me about what he believed in. And at this time, I didn't believe in God. At this time, I'm thinking God was a sham, because I'm like, I don't want to be a part of no God that will allow something like that to happen to a 17-year-old kid. But he told me, he showed me where to find God at. He showed me about peace. He told me about spirituality. So from that moment on, after meeting Shorty, I literally changed my mindset. From that moment on, everything that used to go against me didn't, because my mind stopped going against it. I started thinking better. I started to take better care of myself. I started to be positive about things, and literally everything changed. So at one point in time, when I was attracting things to me negative, positive started happening because my mind started changing. And that's when I eventually attracted everything I needed. This is why the laws of attraction comes in, that I was in a cell, no help, nobody there, and I attracted everything I needed. I attracted the Innocence Organization, Centurion Ministries. I attracted my legal team, which is Cheryl Pilot and Morgan Pilot. I even attracted a wife, you know. I'm going through divorce with it now, but it was good when I needed it, right? So I still attracted love, but everything I needed, I still attracted it without having to go out and get it. So fast forward 5 years later, after going through all that stuff, after being here now, this is what I want people to know. This is what Quick Thought is about. This is really why I started to speak, and I started to use my experiences and the things I survived as a tool to help people build on who they really are, and to build on like the emotional part of us. Like, inside of us, we have this power we don't tap into because no one told us where to go, where to find it. It's only when we don't have nobody, we don't have no support, we don't have nobody reaching out to us or helping us, that we can find that power. And it's a real power. Some people call it prana, people call them God, some people call it chi, inner source, strength. universal energy, whatever you like to call it. It's a real source, and we all have it. The problem is we don't know how to tap into it. When things go wrong, when things go sour, when we go through difficult situations, what do? Most of us go through sex. We go through drugs. We go through mamas, daddies. We go through somebody to help us get through these moments, right? When really, the only help we need is already inside of us. It's an energy. It's a source. You came in life with it. I don't like to give it names like God or universe because the religious people like to take things and turn them up. I'm not into that. I'm talking about source. How did a 17-year-old kid go to prison as a 17-year-old kid, spend 23 years in prison, come home 23 years later at 41 and manage to live? He do it because he understands that everything is mental. Everything is going to play out by the way I think about it. If I see my life as positive, peaceful, and happy, that's going to play out in my material world. My life is what it is based on how I think. If you look at a person now and you don't see something too good and you see a positive environment for that person, that positive environment is created by that person's mindset. We all got what we got based on how we thinking.